WHBF is local for you. Now, here is your digital-only look at Quad Cities news. This is Local 4 News Midday, only on OurQuadCities.com.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Alexandria Ikamoni. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News Midday. Happening now in Springfield, teachers are rallying against the budget cuts at Western Illinois University. This is video of students and teachers rallying at WIU a few weeks ago. They petitioned to ask the state for emergency money to save the employees' jobs. The layoffs make up 8% of the staff, and we'll have more on this story starting at 4 p.m. on Local 4 News. Another candidate has entered the 2020 race for president and is expected to be in Burlington within the hour. Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke made it official with a social media video released this morning. O'Rourke went through a list of priorities including health care, climate change, family separation, and criminal justice reform. Local 4 Sean Logging will bring more on his announcement starting at 4 on Local 4 News. Friends, family members, and fellow officers said their final goodbyes to an Illinois deputy killed in the line of duty. Hundreds of people honored Deputy Jacob Keltner at a funeral ceremony in Woodstock yesterday. The McHenry County deputy was killed by a fugitive he was trying to arrest last week. That fugitive, Floyd Brown, is now facing murder charges. The 35-year-old deputy leaves behind a wife and 2 young sons. And if you see news happening, forward it to Local 4. Just download the Our Quad Cities app, and it's available on Apple and Android devices, and it's free. You can get breaking news notifications and also share stories you want to see highlighted here on Local 4. The brutal winter is finally thawing, but it's bringing more issues with it. The rivers around the Quad Cities are rapidly rising. The Rock River is expected to crest at 16.3 feet on Sunday. The record is 16.5 feet, and that happened in April of 2013. Our team of meteorologists say the Mississippi River could reach a major flood stage this weekend, reaching 18.2 feet. There are a lot of factors that are impacting the river levels, and we've had above average precipitation every month since last May. The melting ice and snow in Minnesota will also add to increasing river levels in the Quad Cities. The threat of major flooding has 2 areas in the Quad Cities prepping along the Mississippi. Rock Island is implementing its flood strategy plan, and that includes installing pumps and closing gate wells. Several water pump discharge hoses will be placed across the Rock Island portion of the bike path. Portions of the path will be closed due to high water, and it will remain that way until the river falls to 16 feet. Davenport is also taking steps to prepare for the rising waters. Public Works staff spoke about those plans at yesterday's City Council meeting. They say flooding won't affect any events going on this weekend in downtown Davenport. Sandbags are available to property owners that'll be impacted when river levels reach between 17 and 18 feet. They can be picked up between 7:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. now through Friday at the Marquette facility. Flood panels are also going up today at Modern Woodman Park. The debt continues to rise for Hope Creek as Rock Island County leaders look for solutions. The nursing home had to borrow $150,000 from the county general fund to get through this month. The county auditor says the center now owes more than $3 million. Officials say expenses at Hope Creek are down, but revenue is down even more. Right now, they're overspending by about $185,000 each month. The goal of the audit is to see how and if the home can make more money. The auditor says if it keeps operating as is, Hope Creek won't be able to get out of debt.
I think the reality is that we have a big financial challenge to overcome. You know, we have a lot of vendor debt. We have quite a bit of debt that we have, you know, to our interfund area, and so it's going to take a big shovel to get out of this.
Last night, county board members brainstormed about starting a nonprofit foundation to help fund Hope Creek. The county administrator says that's an option, but they'll have a better idea of what might work when the audit is done. Quad Cityans looking to get into the St. Patrick's Day spirit will have plenty of options this weekend. One place to go for a good time is the annual Kelly St. Patrick's Day Festival in Davenport. Local 4's Andrea Medina gives us a preview on what people can expect this year.
Hey Alexandria, it's time to grab your favorite green apparel and embrace the luck of the Irish. Here with me now is Chef Ryan with Front Street Brewery. This is going to be Iowa's biggest St. Patrick's Day Festival. What can you tell us about it?
It is the second year that Front Street is hosting Kelly's, and it's a 15th year that he's been doing this festival actually. And it's skydiving leprechauns and live entertainment and just fun.
Fun all over this weekend. So, of course, you can't have St. Patrick's Day without a little bit of food and beer. So tell us what is going to be on the menu.
So we're going to have the Irish egg rolls, and then we're also going to have Reuben brats. And so for those, and then obviously as much beer, Front Street beer as you can drink. Yeah.
Front Street beer. And then do you have any drinking specials or anything like that?
I think we have just a lot of 2 cocktails that we're making, the skydiving leprechaun and the Irish apple.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So lots of different varieties people can enjoy. Thank you so much, Ryan. So of course, there's going to be a grand old time at the Kelly's St. Patrick's Day Festival. There are going to be lots of music, food, and of course drinks. So of course, make sure you guys head out here. The fun starts tomorrow at 4 o'clock and then continues Saturday starting at 10 o'clock at the Freight House. Alexandra, back to you.
Andrea, thank you. Sounds like a great time there. And a Moline Police Department has many female officers who protect and serve their community. Meet Officer Charmaine Harris Howell. She says while it's a tough job, being a woman on the force is beneficial. Local 4's Kelly Bowles will bring us her story in tonight's Celebrating Women's special report at 6 p.m. If you weren't able to get on Facebook or Instagram yesterday, you weren't alone. Instagram and Facebook had an outage worldwide. It's unclear what caused the issue, but users were having trouble accessing and logging onto their social media networks. Users then took to Twitter using the hashtag #FacebookDown, and the apparent outage quickly became one of the top trending topics. And there's probably a few people using social media to post about the temperatures we've been having. Ash has a look at your local pinpoint forecast when we come back.
WHBF is local for you. You're watching a special digital newscast on OurQuadCities.com with Alexandria Icamoni and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News Midday, available only on OurQuadCities.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Living Local.
Here's what viewers are saying about Living Local.
I can't tell you how happy I am with your new program, Living Local.
I've told all my friends, and more are tuning in to watch it.
I watch Living Local every day, and I just want to tell you that it's a great program.
We watch it every day, and they do a great job.
Nobody is doing what you're doing around here. You should be proud.
Find out what you're missing. Join Brittany Price and Ash Simpson weekdays at 2 on Living Local. And now, meteorologist Ash Simpson with your local pinpoint forecast.
Well, the river flooding is still a major concern for us here as we look out over the next week. As of right now, the Rock River and Moline sitting at major flood stage. Everyone else pretty much at about moderate flood stage, other than the Mississippi. Now, what's interesting here is that the Mississippi River, it does not hit flood stage here until later today, but as it does, it is going to rapidly rise all the way to major flood stage this weekend. Pretty much all down the Mississippi from the Quad Cities to Burlington going to hit major flood stage, including the Rock River as well. So forecasted over the next week, a lot of flooding on the way for us, but especially the Rock River. At Moline, the forecasted crest comes to about 16.3 feet. This comes from our friends at the National Weather Service here. That is only about 0.2 inches shy of the record crest, 16.5 feet. So very, very high as we look out over this weekend. If you live along the river, you're going to be driving by there, just take precautions. Remember, turn around, don't drown, and then also take those extra steps to make sure you're home and you yourself are safe. Eventually that'll drain out a little bit by next week, but this is all part of another system, some of that rain that we got that affected this cyclone that continues to make its way off towards the north. Now, would you look at this? Oftentimes in the Midwest, we don't see cyclones quite this strong, quite this picturesque. You can see that rotation around there. That low pressure going to continue to spin off towards the north here today, but as it does, it's kicking winds up a lot. Winds are going to be gusting close to right around 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour this afternoon. You see that even just the sustained wind stays near 30 miles per hour, so that's the wind that's just constantly hitting you. That'll calm down a little bit tonight and then pick up slightly for Friday, but it will be better. It's just today those winds are going to be very, very rough. A few scattered showers possible as we look out over the next 24 hours or so. I wouldn't expect a lot of them. It'll clear out by Friday, and then we'll see some sunshine all the way this weekend, and temperatures will fall a little bit. So enjoy the mild, warm stuff here today while we have it. Upper 50s and then cooling down quickly throughout the day as that wind increases. We're back down to the 30s tonight. It stays nice and windy as well. And then we'll calm down some, setting us up for a really nice St. Patrick's Day weekend. Back to the upper 40s by Sunday. We'll even climb to the 50s by Wednesday.
I'm really excited about the temperatures coming up this weekend, and even today it's going to be a beautiful day. Well, thank you for joining us for Local 4 News Midday. Your local news, weather, and sports are available 24 hours a day right here on ourquadcities.com. And be sure to join us for Local 4 News starting at 4 p.m. Have a great day.
If you see news happen or have a story idea, remember to forward it to 4. You can send your photos, videos, or ideas to us on the Our Quad Cities app or on the Local 4 News Facebook page. See breaking news 24/7 on ourquadcities.com. Have you watched Local 4 News lately?
Breaking news tonight out of Davenport.
Several shots were fired around 4 this afternoon.
We were first on the scene of the massive fire.
With more local stories than anyone else.
Live in Davenport.
In Rock Island.
The Knox County Courthouse.
Breaking news.
Local 4 News was the only station on the scene.
We were there when they took the suspected drug dealer down.
It's a Local 4 News exclusive.
And the fastest growing source of online news coverage. On air and online. Isn't it time you made Local 4 News local for you?